Okay, I'll give you the fast version. Yes, there is no longer 78 days until Halloween, but that's fine. It's completely fine. Um, when I started this, it was 78 days until Halloween. That's the fast version. But we're celebrating Halloween starting now, and it's going to go until, well, Halloween. And let's start with the fact that I made 2 videos in less than a week. That's startling, am I right, guys? Alright, so yeah, let's just get to the video now. Enjoy the 78 days of Halloween. Here we go. Hey guys, Second Double A here, and welcome to the 78 Days of Halloween. Now, I figured we'd get this off on the right foot, and, do the scariest, the absolute scariest thing on the planet. Junior and school musicals. The worst of them. So, I'm not alone, of course. Let's, get our guest to help us now. Go!
Hello everyone, my name is JCC, but Andrew's just going to call me Josiah, and I'm here to talk about some terrible junior musicals with him.
Alright, so yeah, if you guys don't know, junior versions and kids versions and a couple school versions are going to be in here. But they're like just the bane of a musical theater purist's existence.
No, they're torture.
So what they do is generally they, one, shorten the musical, and two, oftentimes censor it, which is almost never an okay thing to do. We'll get into that. And generally, it's oftentimes with shows that either don't need it or should never have it. That's what we're talking about this time.
Yeah, this is going to be fun.
Criteria: it either has to make no sense in concept, be terrible in execution, or both at the same time. So,
and also there's a general rule of if the only excuse we have is that the reason there's a junior version is so it could be shortened, that is not an excuse. That is just a terrible excuse.
True dat. Alright, so we're gonna start simple. We're gonna go for the school versions first. So how about the first one we talk about, because we're gonna be slightly less passionate about this. How about Avenue Q, the school edition?
I was starting off strong. Oh my god.
So
for those who don't know the story of Avenue Q, it's basically a parody of Sesame Street, where the main character is living on Avenue Q, and he goes through all the basic problems of real life, but it's very adult, like an adult version of Sesame Street, anyway. So imagine that as a school version. Doesn't that take out half of the plot that's needed?
yeah, I mean the humor is all like very adult and shock humor. You lose your shock humor, you lose the show.
There's a whole reason why people were immediately sucked in the "It Sucks to Be Me," where one of the main characters, Kate, yells out, like shouts out a giant F-bomb. Like there's a reason why people got enraptured by that. It's because like, oh my god, like a puppet just said the F word. Isn't that insane?
Dang, it sucks to be me.
Heck.
Oh no, the actual censored version is dang.
That sounds so terrible.
It's beautiful.
It's not. It's not.
Of course, they do get away with it a lot because, you know, it is made for high schools. But, I mean, it's just... it's not as shocking. It's more
Yeah,
shocking when a high school gets away with doing the actual thing, which we've seen.
yeah, like that's it's insane that high school would actually allow the real version of Avenue Q, but I guess for a school version of for a school version of a show, you could do worse. It's just censoring out it mainly just censored out F-bombs, right?
Mainly, yep.
Are there any songs that are specifically cut because they're too adult or something like that?
Cut? No. Completely a different song. I believe there's one, and that
Is
would
it
be The Internet is for Porn.
really not you can be as loud as the hell you want?
Nope. I'm sure that one's a lot different, but it's the same song.
I didn't get to have all of the moans and stuff like that in that song.
Who knows? If you can't tell, we didn't watch a lot of these because we couldn't bring ourselves to do so.
Plus, some of them are kind of difficult to find on YouTube.
And insanely, If You Were Gay is still there.
If it's for a high school, we can have some gayness in there if it's not directly insulting gays. So
Yeah, I guess that's an okay-ish segue into Heather's 101, the school edition of Heather's the Musical. I'll let Josiah take this for the most part because he'll be way bigger about it than I am.
yeah, because I really like Heather's. It's such a fun musical for me. Andrew, he likes some of the songs in there, but I love it. Heather's, if you don't know the plot of it, it's where this one girl is trying to get with the popular girls. She does that, but then their influence is starting to take over her. She meets a mysterious guy who helps her kill some people. Fun. And, it's a true high school story. There's a lot of swearing, a lot of sex and stuff like that. A school version of that, takes out a lot of what makes Heather's pretty good. So mostly it's because the songs in Heather's, I'm trying to find the right word for this. I'm sort of rambling on here, but
It's all good.
I don't know, some of the changes to the lyrics of most of the songs really suck because, I can think of one. It's, here, actually,
Are
let
we
me
gonna
check
have a problem? Did zombies eat your brain? You've come so far, why now are you yanking on my chain?
God, that's so stupid. That takes out the meanness of Heather Chandler, who is, as the show describes it, a mythic bitch. Which,
to be fair, they added a dam there.
okay, they have a dam in there. Okay, there's also
They added it.
There's also a big inconsistency with the song Beautiful, where they censor out the word skank, but then they use it, immediately after. What?
And twice before.
Yeah, that's so stupid. I'm trying to find, this one, line I had to, write down, because I'm why? This is so stupid.
I'd normally slap your face off in front of the whole damn school, but I'm feeling nice. Here's some advice. Listen up, fool.
Fool.
Edge.
Edge. No, that's not Edge. That's stupid.
I guess that's kind of the biggest thing with Heather's, though, is it's an edgy show, and it's not.
Yeah, but it takes down a lot of the edge in the school version. There's one big surprise. So for some reason, Dead Girl Walking, is not taken out or replaced with anything. Yeah, Blue is.
But at the same time, Dead Girl Walking is not at all about sex anymore.
Well, that's... I don't know, it's kind of the point of Drunk Veronica, is for her to get it on with JD.
Well, she's probably not even drunk if you consider the fact that,
She did throw up on Heather Chandler.
the whole thing is alcohol is gone in the whole show. There's no...
I don't know, but anything else wrong with Heather's 101? The story is largely unchanged, except they do take out a lot of the mature themes, which makes Heather's. Big Fun is changed so drastically. It's they took out all of the stereotypical jock stuff that made certain characters the way they were, and changed it to very basic party stuff.
More basic than our theater parties.
Yeah, way more basic than that. Which that's an accomplishment if you can do that.
I love all of this like static and blue that's starting to seep in as the shadows hit my walls. It's
That's fun.
very interesting. You'll see it when the video's up.
Huh.
But yeah, so that one I feel like it could have been saved if Lawrence O'Keefe actually worked on Heather's 101.
Like that, I'd probably trust him a little bit more, but considering he did make Legally Blonde, which Legally Blonde is definitely probably should have been the amount of tame that Heather's 101 should have been. Like if Heather's 101 was just as tame as Legally Blonde, the regular version is, I think I'd like it a little bit more. Except Heather's 101 goes a little step below that, which I don't like.
Yeah, like there's drinking in Legally Blonde.
Yeah, there's no drinking in this one.
Yeah,
Which, that's the point of big fun.
All right, so
and also, can I just add how there's one little clever detail in Heather's 101 where instead of getting drunk and trying to have sex with the Heathers, Kurt and Ram tip cows, which is what they did in the movie.
Nice.
So
that's
a little bit of a nod to the actual original source
material,
but,
which is not something Lawrence O'Keefe strives for.
Yeah, so +1 for source material, -2 for being bad.
Yep. All right. Anything else to add before we move on to juniors?
What the hell begin?
All right. So this one's going to be a bit different because it's going to go back and forth. Like some will be terrible concepts, some will be terrible, and others will be, well, we'll get to that. There's 2 specifics that I can scream about.
There's one specific I can rage about because I just saw a little bit of it on YouTube.
So let's start with a bit of a rant from me. Disney, what the fuck are you doing?
Let's hear. Yeah, Disney in general.
Let's look at this. Disney has Aladdin Jr., Aladdin Kids, Alice in Wonderland Jr., The Aristocrats Kids, Beauty and the Beast Jr., Cinderella Kids. Wow, there's actually a row without Disney in it. 2, High School Musical 2 Jr., High School Musical Jr.
High School Musical 3?
Nope, they stopped at 2.
Why stop?
Jungle Book Kids, Lion King Jr., Lion King Kids. At least that one, it's a really popular musical already.
But still,
Little Mermaid Jr., Mulan Jr., My Son Pinocchio Jr., because Pinocchio wasn't enough, apparently.
Yeah.
101 Dalmatians Kids, Peter Pan Jr., we'll get to that one specifically in a minute.
That one.
Sleeping Beauty Kids, Winnie the Pooh Kids. That's at least half of the overall amount of junior versions of shows.
Yeah. That's insane that it's just mainly Disney shows that get the junior treatment.
Because Disney is a family-friendly company!
Yeah, but it's just why? They made family-friendly stuff.
They are a family-friendly...
As their original source, you didn't need to make a junior version of it.
I'm sure that most of them are just shortened and not actually censored, and that's fine, whatever. I still hate that that's a thing. But can we talk about Peter Pan for a second? Peter Pan Jr. was a thing. Disney made their own Peter Pan Jr., and, sorry, Josiah, you're not going to be able to hear this, but I have to play it for the lovely audience. Where did he go? Where did Peter Pan go? It's gonna be slow. Sorry, guys. Give me a sec. Wait, whoa. George Bruns wrote some of the music and lyrics. I love it. He's not George Burns, he's George Bruns.
George Bruns.
They fit a lot of songs, I must say, into a junior version.
How many?
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. We better seek Thundering so ho. We kidnap and pillage and don't give up.
You know, my favorite part? They didn't censor the whole pirate's life for me. Actually describing the life of pirates, they didn't censor it.
They didn't censor it?
Not in the least. All they did was add women, which, you know, there were never female pirates because one of the main things of pirates was rape.
Yeah.
Genius! I love it!
Junior version.
But it's fine. It's fine. Who cares? Oh wait, I do. And side tangent. Sorry guys at home and Josiah. This wasn't originally something I was going to talk about, but Disney, get your head out of your ass. If you're going to make a junior version of a show, maybe make the show first. They have no plan to make a Peter Pan. Granted, that's an oversaturated market at this point, but they have a Peter Pan Jr., but not a Peter Pan.
That's just weird.
And I'm sure a lot of these don't have their full versions. And look at them right now. They have Frozen coming out on Broadway. But I can tell you, Disney's best musicals that I've ever seen are already live action. They would be so easy to transition to Broadway when it comes to Teen Beach Movie and Lemonade Mouth. Like, they could have done that. Instead, they went for Frozen. Also, I'd like to point out that there's not a Tarzan Jr.
There isn't a Tarzan Jr.?
There's not a Tarzan Jr.
But that one would actually make sense. You know, the one junior version that would actually work, the junior version could literally be a junior version of Tarzan. Like, they could have just done, like, what Tarzan 2 was, basically, and showed... Or, like, Tarzan's kid's life throughout the entire thing. They could have just... That would have been a clever, like, little junior thing, and they haven't done that?
Into the Woods Jr. is just the first act of Into the Woods.
With
the conclusion, also. And it works really well.
Yeah.
That's why
I mean,
in
execution-wise, the one we saw, at least, very well done.
I think it's just very well done in general, but the performance that we saw was fantastic. So let's go down the list now. Now that my slight rant against Disney is done. I could go on for hours if I wanted to. I'm not going to.
Make that another video, the Disney rant.
So this Peter Pan Jr., it's not for Peter Pan, a new musical. Let's start with that. It's for, as far as... I don't know which Peter Pan it's based on. There's so many. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you... No. That's all I can say about that. Why does it exist? Concept? Aladdin Jr., I've seen this... No, I saw Aladdin Kids.
I don't know, I looked up Aladdin Jr. on YouTube, and I can just say, quality-wise in the actual video, it's terrible. I couldn't barely hear a thing. I'm not sure if that's the actual actor's problem, or if that's actually the video's problem.
Probably
Can't
both.
tell. Probably both, but I'm still gonna blame them for, like...
Oh. So, but yeah, I don't know much about Aladdin Jr. other than, you know, Disney's Aladdin is a kid's story, even though Aladdin was not a kid's story. So don't make a junior version about Disney's Aladdin, make a junior version about regular Aladdin, that'd be good.
Yeah.
And then Aladdin Kids just shouldn't exist. Screw that one.
Can we just say, like, any kids should not exist?
I can see the merit in some of them, but
like
Aladdin...
What?
I can't give precise examples, but I think we might see some later in the list. Aladdin Kids just was, like, the worst thing I've ever seen, and some of my best friends at the time were in it.
Oh, really?
I didn't pull any punches. That was, like, that show was just crap.
Oh, dang.
Alice in Wonderland, I can see that, I guess.
I could somewhat see it, like, take out, like, some of the spook that's normally in Alice in Wonderland, but...
Yeah, I mean...
That's kind of the point of Alice in Wonderland. The big problem with most of these junior shows is they take out the big point of what the original was trying to do.
It's not as bad as if it was Disney's Alice in Wonderland... No, sorry, Disney's Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland Jr.
Oh my god, that would be amazing to see, actually.
Screw that movie. Tim Burton ruined Alice in Wonderland. And I hate to say
Hey,
that
don't
'cause
you just love that Johnny Depp Mad Hatter?
he was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, he was. He was entertaining to watch.
I love Tim Burton, and while I'm not a huge fan of his Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I do still, like, adore it overall.
I enjoy, like, everything up to the climax, like, with the whole thing with his father and stuff like that. I just didn't want to watch the rest of it after that. I would have preferred it if Charlie just took the damn factory.
Yeah, what the hell?
Like, why did Charlie? Why? Okay, off of our Tim Burton rant.
Alright, yeah, focus back on this. Annie Jr., that's the Hard Knock Life.
For us.
Yeah, for us. You know
I
what?
don't know.
I've seen Annie Jr. too. It wasn't as bad, but it's still pretty bad.
Like, did it cut down, like... I haven't seen the original Annie in musical form. I've seen it in movie form.
Well, the movie's still
So-
a musical.
Still, exactly. But not sure if there's anything that would be drastically different from story-wise, transitioning from Annie to Annie Jr.
I mean, there's a lot of filler from what I can remember in Annie. Someone in the comments can correct me if I'm, like, dead wrong, but...
I can remember a lot of like pretty pointless scenes that didn't really need to exist.
You know what I remember of Annie? Little orphan girl gets adopted. So we'll skip over Annie Kids because who knows?
We don't even need that self-explanatory.
How about the Aristocats?
The Aristocats.
Why did you make a kids version of that? Why did you make a musical of that?
Aristocats, I guess.
But no.
I don't know.
Stop it, Disney. Why?
I don't know. It's just Disney. Like, they can't make a Tarzan Jr., but let's just make Aristocats.
You know what? Here's one that makes some sense. Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, I can definitely see like it being shortened down because Beauty and the Beast in general is a very
Lengthy, unnecessarily lengthy.
Yeah, like there's somewhat of a reason for the length in Beauty and the Beast, where it's just like showing the development of how Belle and the Beast are starting to get along, but it could definitely be shortened up.
But it's in the end, it's still a movie about Stockholm Syndrome and bestiality. So
Bestiality.
exactly. Maybe it shouldn't have a version for kids. Maybe it wasn't a movie aimed at kids in the first place. It secretly. Bugsy Malone. You know anything about him? Or it?
Bugsy Malone. The only Bugsy I know is the one that's coming back.
That's Bubsy.
Oh, Bubsy. I have no idea who Bugsy is, then.
I've heard the name, I just don't know who it is. How about Captain Louie? You know anything about him?
Captain Louie sounds like something out of, like, some pirate ship store or something like that.
I think Captain Louie sounds like, well, it reminds me of Papa Louie, and all the Papa games. Papa's Pizzeria, all those. And
I have no idea.
Papa Louie when pizzas attack. Anyway, Cinderella Kids, you know, it would be fine if it wasn't Disney. Well, Cinderella is not a children's story.
Like, you can technically debate that. Like, you can make it into something childish, but...
Really? This story that involves girls chopping off their toes, bleeding into a shoe, chopping off their heels, bleeding into the shoe, just to get a guy?
I've only, like, I don't remember that from the movie.
That's not in the movie.
Well, I've only seen the movie.
As I said, it would be fine if it wasn't Disney's.
Disney. Yes.
By the way, guys, sorry about, like, audio quality and everything. I actually have my microphone, so mine's gonna be way better it's better on my end than it will be for Josiah's, but I'm sure you guys don't really care. At least you can understand what he's saying, right?
Hopefully they can.
I can,
If they can't, well, rip.
I can, so it should be fine.
Hopefully.
Do you know anything about Dear Edwina?
Dear Edwina, no idea.
Edwina? I don't know how to say the name. Okay, Dr. Dolittle. Haven't seen the musical. I know.
I actually have never watched Dr. Dolittle, so I have nothing to say on this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see, like, from what I understand, I could understand a junior version being made, but it's still kind of... Elf!
Why?
Elf the musical junior... The rights to Elf the musical aren't even out yet.
Question. Elf. We're still talking about the Will Ferrell Elf, right? That was made into a musical.
Yes.
And then it got a junior version.
Yes.
Why? Why? That makes no sense.
Who knows? I could understand a junior version if a musical is made, and a musical was made, so... I mean, there are some adult themes that could be taken out of Elf.
I guess, yeah, but... I don't know, Elf is primarily made to be very, like, decently adult. That's where most of the comedy came from Elf.
Yeah. Hi, Mr. Narwhal.
Okay, that was just funny because that's a funny line, but...
Alright.
I don't know, like when he's picking out the swimsuit for his dad, like...
I don't know, juniors. Did you gotta have fame? Oh, it's Faith. Sorry. I forgot that's not actually from Fame. That makes me sad every time. Fame! Why?
I have nothing to say on this because I've never seen it.
But Fame. No. Go away. Don't. Like, I like Fame, kind of. It's okay. But you can't junior Fame. What are you doing? Fiddler on the Roof.
Why?
So, I'm pretty sure Fiddler on the Roof is just a story about a guy who stands on a roof for 2 hours with also holding a violin but never actually playing it. That's the story, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, that's boiled down to like a small degree. But...
I literally have never seen Fiddler on the Roof because it's just so boring to me.
Yeah, I've listened to a couple of the songs, but nothing really stuck with me.
Okay, Finian's Rainbow.
Never heard of it.
Me neither. People who watch this, if you want to educate us, that would be awesome.
Please educate us.
Because I don't want to read these plot descriptions, that would be too much work.
Who knows, like, maybe we're actually missing out on some pretty good musicals.
Alright, it's time for me to get pissed off. Musical Adventures of Flat Stanley Jr. Flat Stanley was my favorite book as a child.
I remember reading it like in like second grade or something like that. It was a fun book.
And then there was Stanley Flat again. That one was okay.
There was also another one where he turned invisible.
Oh yeah. There were probably a lot more too. But I love that it's a musical. I love that it has a musical. But it's a kid's book. It's a book made for second graders at the oldest.
Who knows?
Like, Junior! Go away!
Why?
Godspell.
Godspell. Like, why? Why Godspell? Like, why does that need a junior version? Okay.
I mean, if he watches, maybe our dude Jesus can help us out?
Oh, please, Jesus! Like, you gotta. We should probably call him and see like what he has to say about this.
Yeah, maybe he could educate on why it would need one. I mean, it's a Bible
what
story.
You censor in Godspell? Like, what do you censor?
Sorry, I'm waiting for the weird fuzz click or whatever it is to die. It died. Okay. So yeah, Godspell, I mean, it is a Bible story, so I'm sure there is something.
Yeah, religion, like, there's bound to be something in there, and that's gonna... Shut up. But, yeah, there's something in there that's gonna make somebody mad, so that could be censoring something, but... in reality, like, it doesn't need it. The whole point of gospel is, like, to have that religious thing.
Yeah, it's literally God spell.
Yeah. So,
So, question for you. Have you
Yes.
ever seen Guys and Dolls?
never.
I'll skip
I've-
over that.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. I think Abby once told me, like, to watch it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, these people aren't gonna know who these people are, but it's fine.
Yeah, just people we know.
Yeah. Of course, we got our buddy who was in it in Auburn. You know, the
Alright.
the Sussery,
Yeah,
Arlen.
Yep.
Our buddy Arlen.
If we can get some information out of him on exactly what it is and why you would need a junior version. I'm realizing a lot of something about these junior versions. A lot of them just starts with the question why.
Yeah.
Why does it need to exist?
And on the flip side, here's one that we know exactly why it needs to exist, but it still shouldn't because it deals with these topics and it has to deal with these topics. Hairspray. It's a show about racism.
Yeah.
How do you get around that fact?
You have to, like, cut it out of the entire show. Which,
Did they? That's the question. Or did they just try to deal with it in a way kids would understand better?
it's racism, like, like, I'm pretty sure there is a way to make racism, like, censorable, I guess, or, like, shorten it down a bit to where kids aren't really gonna get it, but if an adult would watch it, they'll know exactly what happens, but...
I think what it is they probably are still tackling the racism issue, but it's like more focused at the kids trying to deliver the message, do not racism.
Yeah, I guess, but... Still, like, Hairspray, it's a show about racism. When you try and take down a lot of that, you lose the point.
Okay, let's tackle the next two at the same time, because they're just, tackleable at the same time. High School Musical and High School Musical 2.
I've only, like, watched a couple bits of both movies, so I haven't watched both of them all the way through yet, so... Not sure. I've listened to some of the songs, though. I legitimately like some of them.
Yeah, Bet on It from High School Musical 2 is one of my favorite songs from anything Disney.
Yeah, I like... But, the fact that they would need a junior version for that, like, High School Musical was primarily, like... Let's go back to a little bit of an earlier thing, Heathers. That was, like, showing the mature side of high school. High School Musical shows more of the fun side of high school. The one that high schools actually push to show, even though, like, it's mostly false.
That's lie. That is lie. You cannot say that these are shows about a theater department. High schools do not push to show their theater departments.
Okay, that's true, but they push to show that high school's a fun place, even though it's not.
Fun, youthful, amazing place. Yes, I get it.
Yeah, but yeah, they don't push to show theater department at all. But still, like High School Musical is a musical that just needs to be a musical. It doesn't need to be a musical junior.
Yeah, I do. Like the second one is interesting that it's even like. I mean, it's not about high school, the second one, because it's a summer vacation thing.
So then indeed...
But it's like... That's just a point. I just wanted to contradict you.
Yeah.
Honk. Isn't Honk like a Mother Goose thing?
I have no idea what that is.
I would look it up, but the computer is running slow because Skype and recording.
Yeah.
So, Honk... If it is Mother Goose, Junior?
Who knows?
Let's stop there, because we don't know for sure that that's what it is.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is.
So we know that the next one is good. Into the Woods.
Yes.
It's...
Like, it works on its own as a standalone story. Like, I haven't finished the entirety of Into the Woods. I haven't listened to most of the musical, so...
All they do is... Like, junior-wise, they skip the part where everyone dies.
Which that works.
Yeah. It worked very well.
Like, they just take out all the dying parts of it. I don't know, like, the main purpose of Into the Woods is to have all this, like, fairy tale elements, like, mashed together. They still have that.
Yep. So, here's a good one. Maybe. I mean, let me rephrase that. It would be good if it was a junior version of the movie. James and the Giant Peach. Was
I don't know.
freaky
I haven't
as
seen
hell
the
movie.
original James and the Giant Peach. This is the junior of the musical version of that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember at festival when like everyone loved that?
Yeah, it
Like,
was good.
thought that wasn't going to be like one of the highlights. That was pretty much one of the highlights of the entire like showing.
Yep.
So I'm pretty, but mostly because of that one song. But I'm pretty sure with the junior version, you have to censor that song a little bit.
That's fair, yeah. There are things that can be censored in James and the Giant Peach. All I know is the movie would be much more deserving of a junior version because it was freaky. But
Yeah,
I could
it was
understand.
terrifying.
It's understandable James and the Giant Peach Jr. existing. You
But-
gotta give them that.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure if we took what we said from Into the Woods, like the main point of it isn't really getting changed all that much. It's taking out some of the fun elements.
I'm getting scared, but we'll get to why in a minute because the next one is The Jungle Book.
Which just seems this falls in right back with the Disney Junior. Like,
Yeah.
why?
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 I mean, The Jungle Book can be told in 30 minutes. Or 60 minutes, sorry. No, 30 minutes, it's Jungle Book Kids. Easily. It can be told in 30 minutes. Like, no doubt. But why would you want to?
Yeah, like
It's
there's a
it's fun to watch Mowgli and Baloo bond like they do.
like it's so much fun to watch them. Like Bare Necessities, such a fun song because it just and the scenes around that song. I just love seeing the friendship of Mowgli and Baloo. Like that's my favorite part of the entire thing. Like Jungle Book in general is just that relationship together. Joining it down just kind of sucks.
Yeah. All right. So that's most. I think that's pretty much all we can say about that one. And the only
Yep.
reason I'm delaying is because the next one is Legally Blonde Jr.
Oh no!
Should we skip over that for now and end the video with it?
Yeah, we got a climax. That's the climax of the video.
All right. In that
So we can
case,
just go into detail on how much that sucks.
because we've watched it a few times at this point. And of course, that also means I can play the music for Whipped into Shape Jr.
Because that's the best part of the entire show, and even then.
So next we got Lion King Jr. and Lion King Kids, and it's like, it's very popular on Broadway, Lion King, but like, it's to be fair, Hamlet is really dark.
Yeah.
I guess I could see it. Like, Lion King is also really dark because it's Hamlet.
It has some pretty dark elements in there, without a doubt. Like, do we have to mention Mufasa's death scene? Spoiler alert.
Wow, how dare you?
Yeah, I don't think we need to mention like that scene and how dark it is, but
Spoiler alert for a story written by William Shakespeare.
oh yeah, spoiler for Romeo and Juliet. Oh god.
When did that happen?
But yeah, like there is some dark stuff to censor in a Lion King. I can see the junior version. I don't see the kids version. Like
30
why?
minutes is not enough time to show the aging of Simba, let alone the rest of the story.
Yeah, in 60 minutes you could at least show like you could cut down the stuff where he's a kid like to a little bit, to about 15 minutes or so. Then go into the death, have him run off, like live his life with Timon and Pumbaa. Then meet love interest. I forgot her name, but
Nala?
yeah, Nala, and then head back.
Yeah.
Climax like that can happen in 60 minutes. I can't see that happening in 30 minutes. That's just
Yeah.
not enough time.
I agree. So, next we got The Little Mermaid Jr. I'll let you do this because you know a lot more about it than I do.
I actually went to go see it. From what I could tell, like performance-wise, it was amazing. It was so good. Even though the one Ariel She was constantly, like, moving her arms out, like, every time she had to sing something, and I'm like, you just stop.
Don't
Stop.
criticize specific productions right now, please.
But, yeah, otherwise, like, singing-wise was phenomenal. I thought it was hilarious throughout the entire thing, but and they told the story pretty well, like, for how short it is. They cut down on some of the filler of the movie.
Well, that's
I can say it was a pretty decent one. It didn't feel all that long, really. It like how the original sort of felt for me.
Oh yeah.
But I can say some parts were a little bit rushed. Like they went go from immediately in the I'm not sure if this is how it happens in the movie. I haven't seen the movie in a while, but they cut immediately from like the dinner scene where she's stroking her hair with a fork immediately into "You Want to Kiss the Girl," which I thought that's pretty dang fast. Like they almost jump right into the song, which just seems weird for me.
Yeah.
Also, I think they cut down Under the Sea a little bit. I'm not sure if Under the Sea just felt short. I don't know, some of the songs just felt short to me. So,
And I'm sure they were.
yeah. But that's to be expected. It's a junior version. It's meant to be short.
You gotta cut these random parts out, you know?
Yeah, of course. I don't know, like, wait, in the musical, like, in the original, did, Waddle-Dee, I'm not sure exactly.
Waddle-Dee?
I have no idea. What's his Scuttle-Dee? Scuttle-Dee, that's I have no idea. I was figuring out, I was wondering what his name is. Waddle-Dee. I don't know. But, Scuttle-Dee, like, he had his own song in there, and I'm like, was that in the original?
I don't even know who that is.
I don't know, the seagull?
Oh.
The seagull character?
I don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, comments.
Yeah, like, did he have a song in the original? Because he does in the junior version.
Alright, that's really... Okay. So how about Madagascar? How did that even get a musical?
Oh, yeah, how did that... Like, I guess it's the same reason Shrek got a musical.
Shrek has more potential for a musical than Madagascar.
I don't know, like... Madagascar is one of the few Dreamers films I pretty much enjoy, so...
But like,
it doesn't need a musical version. Like, how do you turn that into a musical?
Exactly.
There's one song, I think, in Madagascar. I like to move it, move it. That's the one song. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's... What?
How? Like, how? Like, it's meant to be a fast-paced comedy. How do you turn that into a musical?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But then there's also, you know, it's the junior version of that.
Which makes it even worse. Oh my god, why?
That's all we can say for it, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's just a terrible concept. Like, that's one of the ones I'm getting legitimately pissed about. Like, it's so stupid. So
Alright, so we're gonna move on to the next batch. We're gonna cover all 4 of these at the same time, because it's Magic Treehouse. And you know what?
Never anything Magic Treehouse for me.
Those books were good. They were good. And I think the only reason they have the junior and kids labels is because they were too short of stories to make full musicals. So, you know, I think that's all I can say about that, because I'm sure they're good. Honestly. Although it's kind of weird to get musicals based on books like Magic Treehouse.
Yeah, like, I never read it. I thought it looked a little bit, I don't know, too plain for me.
It definitely is.
Judge a book by its cover for me. But,
when I was, like, up until I was in 5th grade, I think, I just... So lame. It's like, the Jack Sparrow series. Like, it took me until I was, like, 8th grade to actually enjoy one of the Jack Sparrow books. And it's a story about Jack Sparrow as a child.
How do you not like something like that? Like, that sounds awesome.
I know, and it is, but I didn't like it. Also, they completely ruined the entire story when they did the last book and they put Will Turner in it. Like, Will Turner met Jack Sparrow in Curse of the Black Pearl.
Yeah, that's kind of wrong.
So, Anyway,
Next one.
Mulan.
Mulan. Like shortening it, I guess. Like,
I mean, it's kind of not the... Overall, Mulan had this, like, racist element to it.
but that's just because it was set in China.
Yeah, you can't really remove that entirely.
You
No matter
can't
what you
really
do.
like. If you're trying to do Mulan in America with the majority being white people, like
There's no
you're
way.
gonna, yeah, you're gonna get slammed.
So that's all. That's pretty much it for that. So the next two are Music Man Jr. and Music Man Kids.
Never seen Music Man, so I can't get
You're missing out. Meredith Wilson is a genius. He was on the George Burns and Gracie Allen show. Interestingly, George Burns has come up twice in this video. But
Yeah.
Meredith Wilson is like the most amazing composer of all time. That's saying a lot, and it's also not my actual opinion, but it's pretty close anyway. Like non-mainly musical, like when it comes to just random orchestral songs, he's one of the best. That's all I can say for that. Music Man as a musical is amazing. I can imagine them being able to do it in a junior, but not a kids. That's all I can do for that.
Is there any like sort of concepts in the Music Man that would make it be censored in a junior version?
God, not that I can remember, but the last time I saw it was 4th grade. Who knows? It's about a guy that brings music to a city. It's not a huge deal.
Yeah, based on that like description alone, I can already make out some of the story, or like assume sort of the story, and I could see it being a junior version. But then the kids version, like I don't see.
Yeah.
Kids versions are just like, unless they are the most simplistic story ever, they shouldn't exist.
Yep, I agree. So, My Son Pinocchio Jr. Again, is Pinocchio
name,
not enough?
why?
What is My Son Pinocchio?
Is this mainly? Is this the story of how he was stuck in the whale, and he just waited for Pinocchio, and he was just like playing some solitaire, waiting for him?
It's like just 45 minutes of him just playing solitaire in the whale, and then Pinocchio shows up.
If that happened, I'd call that the best musical of all time if that was the case.
Okay, so should I just skip over Once on This Island?
Yeah, I've never really heard of it.
101 Dalmatians, kids.
Like, why? That's a story about dogs. Like, I guess take out the fact that take out the
She
story
wants to kill
element
them?
of she's gonna kill the dogs.
But isn't that kind of like, the plot?
Yeah, that's the damn point.
The entire
I guess you
plot?
could take out some of. I guess you could take out like some of the film. Like the last time I saw 101 Dalmatians, it felt very slow. So I don't know. Take out some of the slow stuff that was just making it drag.
But there's like nothing left if you take out the fact that she wants to kill the puppies.
Yeah, you're gonna you can't censor that. Like I don't think they censor it in the junior. I haven't seen it, but if they tried, they tried it to. Oh my god, that'd be terrible. That'd be a terrible idea.
Alright, we can skip over Peter Pan, I already talked about that.
Yeah, you went on a little mini rant.
Phantom Tollbooth.
What?
Phantom Tollbooth.
Never heard of it.
I think they did it like 2 years before your freshman year at the high school. But it's okay. It's... From the title, I'm gonna venture that it's not the best for a junior version. But whatever, whatever. Pirates of Penzance. I guess I can see it.
Well, I've never heard of it, so I have any comment.
Again, Jason and or Jessica could educate us on this, I guess. But, I guess I could see a Pirates of Penzance Jr.
Yeah, we could. Like, there's a lot of people we could just ask, like, what's the original, like, how could they have screwed up the junior version?
The next one is Schoolhouse Rock Live.
Wait, live?
Schoolhouse Rock Live? It's, one of the greatest shows ever. Not in my top 10, but it's one of the greatest shows ever anyway.
I watched like a couple clips of Schoolhouse Rock, like whenever my teacher decided to play it in class back in elementary school, but I never really sat down and watched it for myself.
Schoolhouse Rock is one of the greatest pieces of children's programming of all time.
I missed out.
You did. It's old. It's really old, but I mean, I love it. I have a Schoolhouse Rock shirt, but I can't wear it because I got the whole green screen on my blue wall.
So, like, how... That is a junior version of that?
There's a junior version, and it's just, like, taking
Why
out
would you
certain
make
songs.
a junior version of a children's show?
Well, like I said, it's just taking out random different songs.
Mm.
And again, if it weren't for the fact that my computer is kind of, like, going to crap out on me if I do anything other than scroll, I would, like, look more into it.
Yeah.
To find out exactly which ones they cut. So, you ready for the next ones? Because
What is
the things you can do when you think about Seuss. We got ourselves Seussical Jr. and kids. I'm sorry, Eileen. Fuck Seussical.
What? Like, Seussical. Let's just take that idea. Seussical. And he turned it into a junior and a kids. Why?
To annoy people even further? Probably.
Ugh.
Because, like, there's no such thing as a good production of Seussical. And then they made a junior version, and also a kids version.
I still need to, like, listen to some of Seussical, or at least watch some of it
I'm sure
before I
you'll
have
be
any
forced
idea,
to.
but, yeah, eventually I'm going to. But, which, I'll keep an open mind while I'm watching it, but still, like, just having the idea of Seussical in my mind, like, there would be no reason for a junior version, because even though Schoolhouse Rock, like, for their junior version, they cut out a couple of, like, songs in them, and, like, this is Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, it's...
What do you need to cut out of... That's... What? What do you need to cut out of Seussical?
There's just other plots, I guess, because you can focus on Horton, or you can focus on, you can focus on one or two of the plots that are in it, but whatever. Stop.
But if there are multiple plots, why would you want to cut that? Like, isn't that like bringing some sort of point to the original thing?
Pretty much, yep.
So why would you need to cut
that? Why do we question these things? That's a real
Could they do
question.
like an Into the Woods thing, like where they just cut out the entire climax of a show and just show like different stories happening?
I have no idea.
Who knows?
That's generally the right answer to all of these.
Yeah, who knows?
Especially the answer to, what were they thinking? Shrek the Musical Jr.?
Shrek the Musical Jr. Like, oh my gosh, Shrek the Musical, like Junior.
And they still have penis jokes.
Yeah, they still have the whole. What do you think he's compensating for something? My Shrek voice is terrible, but like he's still compensating for something. Like, why have that thing in the Junior? I don't even care about my accent. Just that line in general. Like, why? Like, why have that line specifically in there? Like, this is a Junior version we're talking about.
And you know what? I think I'd rather watch Shrek the Musical Jr. than Shrek the Musical because I don't want to look at one of those horrid Shrek costumes for another hour after the first
Oh
one.
my god, that Shrek costume! I've seen it on YouTube. Oh my god, that costume was so bad.
There was a Shrek at the Fifth Avenue Awards. Somehow he got nominated for Best Actor. Don't want to question it.
Was his accent decent?
I don't recall him having one, honestly.
Oh,
Which
well,
might be the best way of doing it.
I don't know. Like, let's just imagine Shrek without his accent. Would it
Well,
work?
Mike Myers, like, he is partially Scottish, but he went through, like, 15 different accents before just deciding, screw it, I'll go with my Scottish accent.
Hmm.
You know, Shrek was supposed to be British at one point.
Okay, let's just stop talking about Shrek. This is not. We don't have Aiden in the video. He's the Shrek expert.
The Shrekspert.
Yeah, the Shrek expert. So we just don't need to talk about Shrek, and let's move on.
Alright, well, next up, we're Singing in the Rain. Did you see it when Bonnie Lake did it?
Singing in the Rain, I've never seen that.
Moving on. I mean, it's a boring show, so I guess bring it down a bit, and would be fine. This one is like Sleeping Beauty Kids. Does she not stab herself on a sewing needle, and that's like the only difference?
What? Like, why have that as a kid? I don't know. Maybe like Sleeping Beauty. Could be a very simplistic story.
Yeah, I can see it truncated to 30 minutes.
Yeah, like it is very simplistic. It's actually goes back to our like previous thought of if it is a very simplistic story, it could work in 30 minutes. Sleeping Beauty is a very simplistic one. It could work in 30 minutes. You just have to cut down quite a bit.
Yep, I am in complete agreement with you, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on to another one that I'm pretty sure neither of us have seen. Thoroughly Modern Millie.
I've heard of that.
I've heard of it, I just haven't done anything with it. So let's see, of what's left, the 5 that are left before the big one,
that's gonna be fun.
I know that we don't know anything about one of them. Now this next one, it's rant time again. What are you doing with Willy Wonka?
Oh my god, this is gonna be good. Okay. Let's hear this rant.
God, Willy Wonka is a kid's story. Like, granted there are a couple creepy elements in it, but it's a kid's story nonetheless. And, okay, there are 3 different things for it. I haven't been touching on theater for young audiences up until this point, but Willy Wonka, I want to tear apart whoever is working at MTI doing these things. Like, you have Willy Wonka. That's kids enough. No, let's do Willy Wonka Jr. Oh, is that too long? Let's shorten it to 30 minutes. No character development even possible at this point.
Yeah.
30 minutes, Willy Wonka Kids. Is that not enough? Okay, we'll bring it back to the full length, but we're going to make it adults playing a version that is only for young audiences. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Use your pure imagination.
There it is, man. But okay, let's think of. I'm thinking of Willy Wonka Kids right now. How are you gonna split that up? It has to be like 5 minutes. You introduce every single character, or like 10 minutes. You introduce every single character, and then the rest is in the Chocolate Factory, where you had to kill off all of them. Oh well, they're not gonna kill them off literally, but still,
instead,
you have to get rid of all of them.
You can't possibly do that with Willy Wonka Kids because 5 minutes to introduce each character, you end up with 20 minutes of the golden ticket winners before you even get to the factory, and that's, 10 minutes left.
Yeah, so I don't know, like it could work, like you just have to rush it hard, like you have to like have the most simplistic intros for all the kids for the junior version, but there's no way you're able to do that with the kids version.
I think I want to see Willy Wonka Kids just to see how spectacular of a failure it must be.
I'll see if I can find it, and then I'm going to get it on a disc and give it to you for your birthday.
Oh, thank you. That would make my day.
Yes.
Okay, so we are on our last stop when it comes to Disney.
Yes.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Why is Winnie the Pooh a kid's thing? I mean, 30 minutes for Winnie the Pooh? You know he's got like 2 million books.
It's Winnie the Pooh. Like,
I guess you could do one story from Winnie the Pooh. One.
Yeah, you can only do one story for Winnie the Pooh. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but I don't know. Winnie the Pooh was awesome. Winnie the Pooh was my childhood. I loved it so much, but
I feel like
I don't see how, like, you'd have to do like the shortest story. Like, I guess in that sense, it's actually not that bad because
it's probably
Winnie the Pooh could have a
musical.
simplistic enough story to shorten it to 30 minutes, but still, like
I would much rather see a musical adaptation of The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh than a single Winnie the Pooh story. And it's probably what is it, the honey tree or whatever it is, where he gets stuck in a hole.
Of course, like that one's just everywhere, but like that one's so simplistic that they probably did that, and it's iconic for Winnie the Pooh.
Someone tell us what Winnie the Pooh Kids is, because I don't want to watch it.
Please, like I'd probably watch it just to see like what story they decided to pick, because if they tried to do more than one story, automatic fail.
Yeah, honestly. Okay, so we can skip over Xanadu because, I mean,
Never.
from what I've heard, it's pretty good, but I haven't seen it, so you know.
Mm.
So skip. So we have one more before, as I've said, the big one.
Yeah.
So this is A Year with Frog and Toad. God, I haven't read a Frog and Toad book in years.
I haven't even heard of that.
Somehow it got a musical, and that's okay, I guess. But again, I would not want to. The kids' version might be better, just because you don't have to stare at ugly costumes like a frog and a toad for
Yeah.
an hour plus.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, that's all I'm gonna comment on that because I haven't seen the musical. We're gonna close out with the last one. Welcome to Rant Time. Legally Blonde, the musical. Junior. Let me just cue up.
Should we tell this?
Let me cue up.
Should we tell the
music
story
real
of what happened at festival?
quick. We can, but let me cue up the music first. It's very important that I do this.
You want an easy miracle?
Oh no!
Do you want to lose
No,
a
how
pound?
dare you! The sample
What?
that it gives on the MTI website, it starts with her lyrics.
That sucks. That
Ugh.
sucks.
Guys,
The
go
beginning,
look at
the only-
go listen to Whipped into Shape Jr. Just search Whipped into Shape Jr. on YouTube and you will find it.
Yeah,
Because that's the only good thing about Legally Blonde Jr.
Yeah. Okay. So let's actually explain this real quick. Like the intro to Whipped into Shape, like the actual Legally Blonde intro is good, but the kids version actually made it better. That's like the one thing the kids version actually does
The Junior
better.
version made it like super techno and awesome because like there's a techno element to Whipped into Shape that they just amped up to 1,000,000 in
Yeah.
the Junior version, and I love it, and it needs to be mine. Also, Legally Blonde Remix is 3 parts for some reason, but that's okay. Shut up. Also, Daughter of Delta Nu is for some reason still a thing, even though it's like, you know, they could only have half the song.
Yeah. Okay, but still, once they start speaking, like Whipped into Shape, the music is great. Then it goes into speaking. Oh my god, I hate the voices of everything in here.
Yeah, they're okay. So, the cast recording of it, there's like 4 people.
It's like all the guys
all
are pretty
two,
much like this.
all 2
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. Oh my god, they all like. If they actually got multiple people to actually get the voices for the guys, oh my god, they like that's an
Yeah.
accomplishment. Like,
Okay.
like they all sound exactly the same. Callahan, oh my god, Professor Callahan, oh my god,
Meet
like
our
he's-
brand new client, Brooke. But
Professor Callahan is a mainly a like you can attest to this. It is a mainly like it's not very like big singing. It is sort of like speak singing in a way, like
yeah.
the way he sings. But in this one, it sounds a lot more speak than it is actually singing.
To be fair-
It's almost like he purely speaks, but he has like that little hint of
Yeah.
singing.
To be fair, though, Whipped into Shape is his only song.
Oh, thank God he doesn't have blood in the water. Can you imagine that?
Let's start from the beginning, though. Oh my god, you guys. Let's start with the fact that they
Oh my God, you
they
guys
changed
in
the
the first
spelling
place.
of Oh my god, you guys. Why? I don't know. But the title is Oh my god, as in OHMI God. Why did you add the H? You just lost what you said, like, didn't hear anything you said.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm rambling on nonsense about this. I hate this.
Alright, so you have that. Sirius goes almost unchanged, which is nice. Daughter of Delta Nu is only half of it.
You're a slut.
They added a 3rd part to What You Want, but it's just a shorter version of What You Want split into 3 parts rather than 2. And they took out her dad and mom. Shouldn't have parents.
Thanks for that.
He played a dad.
The one part I had.
And then the next song is Ireland.
Yep, they don't have. I
Har-
love. Okay, Harvard Variations is like my top two favorite songs. Like one of my top two.
It is
I love
both.
it so much, and it's not in it. Oh my god! Like I'm glad it wasn't ruined, but oh my god! Like they.
See,
Well,
their
first of all,
options were-
let's just talk about all the characters. Let's talk about the character of Aaron, Sandeep, and Enid, or the lack of character with Enid.
So, Aaron, who in some productions for some reason is Jason Schultz? Why?
Oh,
Nobody
my God, I
knows,
forgot
nobody
about
cares.
Jason Schultz.
I
I forgot his name was changed to Jason Schultz. Oh my god.
Only in some productions of it, though.
But still, like, Jason Schultz.
Jason Schultz!
Oh, Jason Schultz.
So,
Why? That's so stupid. Oh,
see, with this show, they had a choice. With this song, I should say. Blech. I'm slurring at this point. They could either completely ruin it, and we'll get to why in a second, or take it out. Because, homosexuals, they can't exist, and Enid is very, very gay.
yeah. And plus, with the junior version, I'm not sure they could get a very convincing guy to play Sandeep.
They did. I mean, he's technically in it.
Well, it doesn't sound good.
He has a line.
Yeah, he has a line. Wait, what is his line? Sandeep Agarapadamadam.
But you may call me your majesty. Because, yeah. I think that's actually probably it.
Is that it?
But you may call
Oh,
me your
yeah.
majesty. That's right. Enid interrupts him from saying anything else immediately. And it's, Enid Hoops, I did the Peace Corps overseas. And that
Well, didn't
is
they not
one
do-
of, 4 lines in the whole show for Enid.
Yeah.
Um,
Enid has that one part of the spotlight, and then completely screwed. Like,
yeah,
that's
because
it.
you can't
She's pretty
get...
much gone after that. The rest of her lines all have to deal with being homosexual, and if you can't have that, you have no Enid.
Yeah, so...
Which
they-
also means you don't have there right there.
We'll get to that too, yeah. So the next scene is Would You Love
Cal-
Water? But,
Oh my god! Like
No.
the Callahan there was. So
he
stupid.
talks for 2 minutes and then it's over.
Yeah, it sounds so it's not even bad. It's boring.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember a thing from that scene. You watching? I just remember the one scene where he's just like pointing out the door, on the last. And that's the only part I remember where he just points out the door for Elle to leave. That's the only part I remember because he just keeps looking at Elle with that really serious face and he's just pointing.
it's beautiful. So, yeah,
It's kind of funny in a way, but it's so
basically-
stupid.
Basically, he
that's the
talks
only
for
part
a
I could-
couple minutes, and then outside the classroom, Warner says Vivian's his girlfriend, and then suddenly they're in the hair affair,
Which
which
doesn't make
isn't,
any
of
sense.
course, called the hair affair.
Yeah, I can't. Wait, what did they change the name to?
I don't know.
Who cares? But yeah, the absence of positive makes no sense because that means Elle shouldn't have a motive to go change her hair.
Well, her
Unless
motive
the-
is
wait.
the same. She just doesn't think about it first.
Wait, did the Greek chorus only appear in Bend and Snap, right?
Pretty much, yep.
They could have at least had just the trio show up for a positive, or just for a second, talk to Elle, gotten that, and then moved it over to the hair fair. I'm just gonna call it hair fair. I don't care what it's called, but they could have at least had that, but they didn't. Ugh.
Yeah.
But then Ireland's mainly unchanged, except
well, actually,
obvious
it
themes
is
of,
the most unique song in the musical because it jumps back and forth constantly just to whatever is the easiest to be censored. Because she starts out in the London version, and then in several points she jumps over to the Broadway version, saying
But still,
he dumped me for some slut named Kayla, but she says girl, which
Yeah, some
caused
girl.
our Paulette some confusion for a while.
oh my god,
Because she
yeah,
had
that,
done the junior version before this, but she was singing only the Broadway version, except for that part where she hadn't realized that the word was slut, or she was censoring herself, which eventually she finally stopped. So I'm gonna guess it's the Former? Anyway,
Ireland Reprise? Do we need to mention
nope.
that? How about Serious Reprise?
No. You
Chip
gotta
on my
consider
shoulder.
that song is mostly about alcohol.
Yeah, right. Chip on My Shoulder, which is, stupid.
It's the best thing ever!
Nope, I'm still saying it's stupid. It shortens, like,
It's,
I don't know.
It's
Chip on My Shoulder.
shortened it slightly, but the best part is like, there's a lawsuit about a princess pirate party, and that's to replace the sperm donor conversation.
Oh my goodness. It's so junior, but it's so stupid.
And you know, here's the next one. So Much Better is almost unchanged, except for the sex part.
Oh, much better.
Like that general part is pretty much gone.
Yeah, but still, like, the singing is terrible.
And then we've covered Whipped into Shape.
Yeah, like, once they start speaking, it all goes down.
Yeah, it's cut in half, but at least the music is decent.
Yeah, they completely take out the second verse, which is kind of understandable. Like, the second verse is kind of violent, so it makes sense to censor that one.
Yeah.
Hopefully it turns blue.
Bend and snap. That's in there, but positive isn't.
My ass! They say ass!
They say ass. It is in the script that they say ass.
What? I would have preferred it
does.
if they would, like, look at my hair, look at my eyes, I'm sassy with the guys.
Look at my abs, look at my eyes.
I would have preferred that, because that's so terrible, it's actually kind of fun.
But
no, they didn't.
They still say ass.
Why?
Look at my donkey, look at my thighs.
Show is censored.
Look at my donkey, look at my thighs. Alright. Legally Blonde, which makes much less sense because there's no
there couldn't happen.
Yeah. One of the major plot points can't exist.
It's a major. I just realized that, and that's hilarious. There is a major plot point to this story.
Most of the story is leading up to that trial.
Oh my god.
So Legally Blonde, the song, is like, why does it even exist?
Yeah, and still singing sucks.
Legally Blonde remix has a slight techno feel to it, which is kind of nice, but again, it is much shorter.
It's
3 minutes. It's 3 minutes.
I will forever hate Legally Blonde remix.
And 1 minute of that is the river dance. And according to this, they have Find My Way. But you can't find the junior version of Find My Way anywhere on YouTube.
Okay, I'm just gonna assume it sucks.
Probably.
Would they still have Warner as a model?
Who knows?
Or is that too, like,
too racy?
Yeah. Who knows? Like, oh my god. Legally Blonde Jr. is terrible.
Terrible concept, terrible execution. Screw it.
Completely terrible execution. I was mad. At festival, we were at a pizzeria, and we were just like, "Hey, let's watch Legally Blonde Jr. It's gonna be a big, fun laugh." And I was going insane throughout the entire time. I hated it that much. It was so bad. I could not stand all the singing, like every single scene. Just look. The sets were the most insulting.
Because they were good.
Yeah, why were they good? They didn't need to be good. This was made by a bunch of rich white kids.
Sorry, I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Sorry about that, guys.
Borderline. Let's just cut it off. Legally Blonde Jr. is terrible. In my opinion, it's the worst junior show ever. Just because how much I love most of the stuff in Legally Blonde, and most of the stuff that I love in Legally Blonde is completely taken out, which pisses me off.
Yeah, and it's only like a 45-minute show.
Yeah, it's not even 60 minutes.
I think it's advertised as 60 minutes. Yeah, 60-minute version. And that's honestly the most insulting part of this page, is the fact that it says it's a 60-minute version, as if that's the only change. It's
terrible.
It's just a slap in the face to anyone who has ever enjoyed any version of Legally Blonde.
Yes, because the Broadway show, the one with Christian Borle and Laura Bell Bundy, awesome. I love it. The stuff we did, I'm never gonna forget that show. It was such a great experience. Watching this,
there are
Junior.
people that truly enjoyed the movie somehow, and this would be a huge insult to them.
Yeah, it would even be an insult to them.
And they don't know quality when it hits them in the face. I mean, what?
Even the small little fan base of Legally Blondes would be insulted by this.
Does that even exist?
Yeah, there is probably like 10 people in this entire world who enjoy that, and they would feel insulted.
Fair enough. I had to correct Lawrence O'Keefe a few weeks ago because he was like talking about the Trumps and everything. Because we're going to get political for some reason right now.
I don't want to get political. I got political last night.
It's only political when focusing on what he said. Because it was something about Ivanka Trump doing dumb illegal things, because she does those. Typical. And he said, because someone had tweeted like Reese Witherspoon not reprising as what was it as Ivanka Trump blah 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 blah, and Lawrence O'Keefe quoted that tweet saying Legally Blonde 3 illegally blonde, and I responded with Larry,
yeah,
sorry, but Legally Blonde 3 Legally Blondes was Legally Blonde 3. It was, granted, it wasn't good, but it unfortunately still exists. He responded with hashtag fake news. Fake news.
Oh my god.
That's the only tweet he has responded to, so I still don't know if he had any involvement with Legally Blonde Jr. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say no.
Yeah, I feel like he would know better, or who knows, maybe he doesn't know better.
Maybe it's possible he doesn't even know that it exists.
If he doesn't, bless him. He doesn't need to know about that. Just you tweet him the entire playlist of Legally Blonde Jr. See what he says about it.
But yeah, Legally Blonde sets the bar in like worst of the worst of musicals. Standalone or Junior.
Like, it's so bad. It's just, the singing is terrible, the concept of it is terrible, the execution with what they took out of it, major plot points were taken out. Like, it's just a bad musical, and it's, I can say this word as much as possible to describe the entire thing, cringe. It was cringe.
I can agree. I mean, generally it's by, like, preteens, so...
The one decent thing was the very beginning of Whipped into Shape, before they started talking.
And
that was the best part of the entire show.
Legally Blonde Jr. is where, it's not where the new guy who is going to be the next Jason made his debut, but it's definitely one of his biggest roles so far. And that's really sad because Callahan is such a tiny role in that show.
Yeah, it is. Like, Callahan has...
But he's going to kill all of us.
I wouldn't be surprised if they actually... Like, I wouldn't be surprised if for Legally Blonde Jr. they would have cut Callahan.
Yeah.
Like, he only
who
has
needs
that...
him?
Who does? But in all honesty, like, who does need him? We can have Warner take over his role.
Who needs Professor Callahan and Stidwell, Zankowski, Fox, and Callahan?
Yeah. Who needs that?
You don't need 1/4 of it. I mean, you don't have the other 3.
Yeah, you don't need it all.
Okay, so we're just kind of like rambling at this point.
Completely lost on everything.
At this point, it's like Legally Blonde Jr., when it comes to musicals, as I said, sets the bar like as low as it can be, but it's not the worst show ever. Not. Oh god. Ow.
What would you give that award to?
You gotta let me get to my thing. God. Anyway, I accidentally burped while saying not, so... anyway, It's not the worst show ever, not by a long shot. No, that's the next show I'm covering, not on this video, obviously, but the next part of the Halloween special, Ancestral Voices. Prepare yourselves, guys.
I will, because I haven't heard of it.
In the meantime, I believe we're done here.
Oh, that was fun.
Only about an hour and a half in. It's fine. If you guys manage to stay through this whole thing and, like, not go off and watch one of these, because it's probably better than actually watching us.
Yeah, just see the badness for yourself.
Then, well, thank you for watching so much. Leave a like, maybe, I don't care. Engage with the video somehow if you so choose, if you actually enjoyed it, which I hope you did if you stayed this long. Don't subscribe to Josiah because he doesn't make content.
Oh no, I need 1,000 subscribers with no videos, guys, come on.
You're asking for subscribers from a guy who has 56.
Yeah, I know.
I had 59 before the
That would be the biggest law on YouTube if I was actually being serious with that.
You know, I had 59. The subscriber purge actually hit me.
Wow, that is something.
Yeah. I didn't know it was even possible to have inactive subscribers when you only had 59.
Man.
Alright, as I said before, we are very much rambling.
Yeah.
So,
Quick pointless plug, you can at least follow me on Twitter.
you could, yeah. You want to plug your handle so they actually know where to go?
I am at J_C_C25.
There you go. So yeah, do that. I will, if I remember, I will link that in the description. Remember, guys, the scariest thing so far in this special, hopefully it will be like a special that won't have like 2 videos at most, is that I uploaded twice in as many days. Guys, I made 2 uploads in less than a week. It's amazing.
Beautiful.
So, real quick, the last things I want to touch on is what else is going to happen. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen that countdown behind me at this point. Let's see, we got 66 days, 3 hours, 44 minutes, and 52 seconds until Halloween. Woo! But it's already Halloween for me, so... and all of you, because you're watching this. Thank you. Anyway, so main plans for this channel for the next 66 days. We are going to do a lot more spooks. Focusing on, of course, more creepypastas, hopefully. I mean, that would be nice, because it's kind of my signature deal at this point. But I want to do some of that, and even more so, I want to do more reviews of crap shows. I want to start an actual review series, but I'll get into the good stuff once Halloween is over and I can lead into Christmas. I think that's it. Just really those 2 things. I might think of something else later on, but those are my main goals at this point. Yeah, like I said, follow Josiah on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, because I'm cooler. But, no, really. It's this guy's birthday, by the way.
Yeah, I'm 17.
He's too young. He's too young for his age.
Yeah, I should be a junior this year, but nope, I'm senior.
I would much rather him be a junior, because then I could call him my twin brother, even though he's not my actual brother.
Yeah, and plus, if I was a junior, I would have actually probably done Running Start.
Yeah. And I mean, now we have Zach, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I lost Zach.
I feel so bad for being happy that he couldn't afford his, like, dream school.
Yeah, that sucks, though.
Let's stop talking about people's personal lives on my
that's
video,
probably that's probably the scariest thing, like, in Zach's
Sorry.
life.
Sorry, my friend. So, and we're still just dragging out the video at this
Yeah, we're
Alright.
just getting a bunch of mid-rolls.
At this point, share the video, like it if you want. I don't honestly care. Dislike it. The best part is that only adds. That only adds to the traffic of the video. Any engagement with the video at all adds to it. You can leave a hate comment, and I will still get publicity for it. YouTube's formulas are perfect.
We may want to just end it now.
So yeah. By the way, guys, I forgot to mention this podcast format. Do you guys like it? I just thought I'd try it. It's something new, and obviously I need fresh stuff. Also, and I'm just gonna be honest because I love you guys. I like being lazy, and this means I don't have to script or edit videos. For the most part, anyway. There was a bit of editing that went into this beforehand, and a lot of pausing.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll probably have Josiah on again at some point. Oh, yeah, subscribe to my gaming channel. Please? I mean, granted, Constantine and I haven't really, been uploading as of late.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're trying.
I like Constantine, though. He's a cool dude.
He is. I think I might have a couple ideas for scary games that I could play. Maybe a couple that he could as well. Who knows? He might have a guest or two under his sleeve. He has a lot of Russian friends who would be happy to help him out.
Quite a lot.
But, yeah, I mean, hey, guys. In the meantime, between this and the next video, because it could very well be October before the next video, knowing me. Or it could be tomorrow. But if I do a review, I'm definitely scripting it. But it still could be tomorrow. If I choose to do like an improv crappypastas. Stay tuned. But yeah, until the next video, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this. If you made it all this way, I love you to death. You are literally my life. Because it's summer and my life is elsewhere. Yeah. In the meantime, go watch the Emoji Movie. There you go. That's something you can do.
Yeah, it's the best movie ever, guys. Seriously, it is.
Alright. So,
Bye.
we're going to wrap it up. Go, bye.
Bye.